Sorry about that little drop. I don't know why, but the driver started restarting. But it's back on now. So where were we? So yeah, look at the script. The target property is set to none, and it's non-transform, as you can see right here. This defines the target object we want the camera to point at. So let's set it. Just scroll down. Okay, stop the game if you haven't done so already, which we have. If you're not already selected, click the near camera object in the hierarchy panel. Drag our player game object from the hierarchy panel onto the target settings to set it. So we're going to drag him right to here. So now it follows the player. Make changes while playing. When you're playing the game, Unity will let you tweak the properties of the variable game objects and compose it in the game. However, it will not save them. The moment you stop the game, any changes will be discarded. If you want your changes to stick, always stop the game first. Okay. If you click play now, the camera still will not work. You will see some errors related to the spring follow script. It needs the target to have a third-person control script attached to it. This is because the third-person camera is closely tied to the player's controls. It needs to know what the player is doing so that it can react accordingly. The final settings should look as shown in the image below. So let's start. As you know, it's still not playing, and we've got another error. So we just go down and just get to the next bit. Spring follow camera script settings. Experiment with the numbers if you don't like the way the camera works. This is subjective judgment, and there is no single correct setting for something like this. This is the first in series of dependencies that we will need to deal with. Complete the connection between the camera and the player by dragging the third-person control script from the scripts to player folder. So let's go to scripts, the player, and we need the third-person controller script. So we got this three: player attack, controller, player animation. So it's definitely this one. So we need to go back to near camera. So it says by dragging we need to drag the first person controller onto the player script. So we need to put this one, drag this onto the player. And then go here. Now we've got first person controller. First person controller script also has its own requirements and dependencies. The most important of these is the character controller component. Luckily, the script already tells Unity about this, so Unity will add this component for us, as you can see here. Then we go down. Unity sees the connections and dependencies. Unity sees as shown in visual assets, as these also have to be connected to each other to provide the interactivity we expect from a game. These connections are different to show visuality. These connections are known as dependencies, and this is what you get when one object requires a second object to function. The second object may in turn require yet more objects to work. The result in what your assets are tied to each other with myriad rigorous bits of string scripts tied together all together to make a game. Defining all these dependencies is a key element of game design. You now need to add a tag to our player object. This is so the scripts can find our player in the scene by simply clicking Unity to find the game object which said tag. With our player object displayed in the inspector, which is here. So we've got the player object here. Open the tag drop down menu and choose the player tag as shown below. So there's find tag. Oh, here we go, tag. The tag list, the tag list is in the menu shown above our provided by Unity by default. We learn how to create our own tags and layers later. The tag will be used later, so let's return Oh, so let me make sure that is choose player, so that's okay. The tag we use later, so let's return to the character control and our script. Set the player object and look in the inspector, so we make sure we got the player still there. It should look similar to this. Yep. Our next step is to adjust the character controller. At the moment, the capsule collider is used in located too far down in the y-axis, so that's standing on thin air. You can see the collider's position in the scene. It is a long blue cylinder wireframe shape, which is this. As you can see, the long blue wireframe. As you can see, all of him. Oh, it's that. You see this? It's him and he's in the ground. So that needs to be fixed, I guess. Okay. We need to change the center Y value. Position the position the capsule collider shown in the screenshot above. A little experimental suggestion set the character center Y to 1.03 will align its lower end perfectly with depth feet. So we need to align the capsule collider. Where am I gonna find the capsule collider? No. I don't know how I'm supposed to change the capsule collider. Position capsule collider is shown in the screen above. It looks It's definitely the right somewhere. It's not that. Um. Probably this, isn't it? Yep. There we go. I found it. Okay, this is the capsule collider. 1.03 on the Y position. So we've got